Our hotel room was overlooking the city, and all of a sudden, if you looked out there, there was black plumes of explosions kind of everywhere going on, and we weren't 100% sure what was happening.
We own a timeshare here in Puerto Vallarta, well, in Mexico, and this is our favorite one to come to. We booked it long ago, and we figure the Mexican government is very motivated to take care of the tourist industry, so I don't feel very worried. I think we'll be fine.
We were hungry yesterday. We had no food yesterday. Nothing. Nothing was open. It was a terrifying day yesterday. My daughter saw the cartel light a car on fire right in front of us. There was fire all around us. It was terrifying.
Well, I took a flight yesterday, landed at 10:30. And by the time we landed, we could not leave the airport. So we stayed in the airport overnight. And when I woke up this morning, I was just trying to get a flight out. Where I was positioned in the airport, you couldn't see anything, but when you were outside, you could hear stuff. So definitely a scary moment. Don't recommend.
Where were you?
Sorry?
Were you in a hotel?
I didn't ever make it to the hotel. I was going to a hotel.
Oh, you just landed?
I landed yesterday, and they shut down the city transportation, so no taxis, no car services could leave the airport. Only people can come in, and you couldn't go anywhere. You were stuck at the airport.
So you never left the airport?
No.
What was going through your mind when you saw that?
It was more of an out-of-body experience, honestly. We had to evacuate the airport. I don't know if there was activity going on or a bomb threat, but we had to leave. They made us run out to the airstrip. We were there for like 10 minutes, and we came back in. No direction, no updates, no nothing. We were just there.
Where'd you sleep?
On some benches in the airport.
Yeah. What kind of experience was this for you?
Hopefully once in a lifetime. Never again. It really put things in perspective of like, just with social media and how people talk about America, that doesn't happen here. Mexico is like a beautiful place, beautiful country, and I will think twice about going back.
Create a lot of anxiety, obviously a lot of random texts coming from people that maybe you don't usually talk to. Higher police presence, people being a little bit more skeptical about, people standing in certain places for longer amounts of time.
Kind of dangerous. There were a lot of shootings, explosions.
Do you feel safe being in Monterrey then?
Kind of, obviously I feel safer here. It's kind of sad, but there's nothing we can do.
Working to maintain the safety and security of our fellow Texans who currently are in Mexico and make sure we get them home safely.
We are, and we have lots of love and support with family and friends, so we feel really grateful, but it's still, we just don't know when it's going to stop. Yeah, nobody can leave. So, yeah, and the streets are all closed because they've been doing car bombs. And actually, when I was coming back, all of a sudden I got a text from my family and they said, "Did you feel that?" And I said, "No, what was it?" And they thought it was an earthquake, but it was really a car bomb up the street going off. And they were blowing up buses. They blew up a gas station. We saw on video, they took gas and sprayed it all over the gas station. And and Costco, they set all the cars on fire in the Costco parking lot. And that's a few miles away from us, but it's really not that far. Half an hour at the most.
It was pretty intense. A lot of military, cars burning, stores. It was on fire, everything, and a lot of chaos.
Were you worried?
A little bit, yeah.
What were you there for?
I have family over there.
Are they okay?
Yeah, they're okay. They're okay. Thank God they're okay. We're on lockdown for like 24 hours, and probably still there was no business open, nothing open. It was a ghost town, to be honest.
Were you afraid of coming back? Were you afraid of trying to get to the airport?
Yes, I was really scared. It was just something really just shocking, to be honest.
That's me. What did your city look like?
It was nobody was in the streets. Everything was closed. Restaurants, Oxxos, stores. Everything was very sad. Very, very sad. I never seen my city like that way.
You call it your city. It still feels like your city.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I have been here like 30 years, but we go often to Guadalajara. And it was so pretty, but now it's so sad to see all the insecurity right there. Mm-hmm.
What did you, we heard, this is your son?
Yeah.
Okay, we heard him describe it. Just describe what you saw, what you thought when you saw a bus that had burned and vehicles that had burned.
I was very scared about the situation. Like I said, I never seen anything like that in Guadalajara, anything like that. I was thinking it was very secure to go there, but now, or yesterday, at least yesterday, it was very, very scary. Mm-hmm. So many cars burns, the little stores like Oxxos burns, and so many militaries, police, and it was a chaos. Mm-hmm.
You saw?
Well, at first there was a lot of commotion. We weren't sure what was happening. We were actually stationing near the airport. My brother-in-law, his brother lives there by the airport, and all of a sudden there was explosions. They said that the buses were stopped and they were burnt. Buses, cars, Oxxos, Costco's, a lot of that stuff was being attacked. Actual American citizens that we know of, none. Not even Mexican citizens. It was mainly whatever that was happening, but nothing to do with regular people.
Yes.
Yes. I did feel a little scared, but we were home, in a safe home. We were not out in the streets, so I wasn't too concerned for me or my husband.
Did you feel tension?
No tension, not at the airport, no.
At all.
No. I felt very secure at the airport. Now, the streets were pretty lonely for Guadalajara.
Yes.
Because we're used to packed. And today we just flew right into the airport. Yeah. My opinion, I heard a lot of false information, right?
Yes, we did.
I don't know why people make such chaos, especially, I think it's a political thing. You know how we have the political thing game here happening? It's the same thing in Mexico.
Yes.
You know, they want the other political party to look bad. There's a lot of mixed emotions. There was a lot of false information out there. There were no hostages at the airport. I can assure you of that. None. Nobody was shot. One of the people that was there that put us in this morning, I said, hey, they said there was fire. He said, no, that there was a cabinet that some children dropped. And there was so much chaos, people thought it was gunfire.
Gunfire.
But he said there was not.
So you feel like travel to Mexico would be safe for families for spring break?
I think just use precaution. Definitely use precaution.
Yes.
But yes, we're coming back here in a couple months.
Yes.
We've traveled to Guadalajara for over 40 years. It's pretty much home to us.
Yes.
So,
Very good.
but yeah, just use precaution.
Makes
You have friends that are in PV right now. What are you hearing from them? How are they?
So they called us yesterday. They were in a restaurant and they locked down the restaurant. So they were there for how many hours?
Probably about 5 hours, 5 to 6 hours.
5 to 6 hours in the restaurant because it was not safe going out. And then they had to run to the condominium they're renting. Like it was like 5 blocks away, and it was just scary, the noise.
Well, now it just seems like everything is getting back to normal from what we've experienced the last few days. They put us in shelter in place, and we saw what was going on, and we were watching on Facebook, but a lot of the things that they were showing were actually AI generated. There was vehicles burning, but I don't think it was any threat to any people here in Puerto Vallarta at all. The only changes was that we had to shelter in place. But like right now, you've got to be a little more aware of what's going on in the surroundings, right? I wouldn't want to go back, into the jungle areas and that, but if you stay in the main hub and be very aware of your surroundings, I don't think you would feel threatened here at all.